Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. For babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Howdy, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Monday, April 17th, 2023. It is Patriots Day in Massachusetts, which is the initial start of the Revolutionary War, where the Battle of Lexington and Concord, where a group of patriots stood up against the British Army and gained our freedom. It is also the day of the Boston Marathon, where we will probably have some Kenyan racer win. But in any case, we are here. We are here to trade here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to help you become financially independent, and we do that by teaching you how to use our highly accurate proprietary trading indicators that for me have been the most accurate thing I've come across, and our training is the best in the business. And this session is to show you how well our trading indicators work, give you some instruction on one of the trading strategies that I use. There's probably a dozen of them, and we will come up with a trade plan for you once we do coach you. So with that, let's jump into it and see what we've got going. We first need to listen to this guy, and then we'll get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. One of the great things about the program, there are many great things about the program, but one of the great things is that we do these live trades. And once you become a member, we do a live trade every morning at 10 a.m. That tends to be a little scalp trade. We also do another live trade in the evening at 10 p.m. That tends to be a 10 plus pip trade. And we are so confident in how well the indicators work on our ability to train you to use them that once we've trained you, we let you trade with company funds and split what you make. And because of that, our interests are aligned. We want you to make money. We don't want you to lose money, because when you're losing money, you're losing our money. And because of that, we are continuously providing training, and this is one of those sessions. But we also have other training sessions every week, every week of the year. Wednesday evenings, we've got the advanced member meeting. On Saturdays, we've got Back to the Basics, where we go over a strategy and then take questions on anything that might be going on with your trading. So it's about continuous improvement, and we've got it built into the system. As many of you know, I work off of a checklist, and that kind of helps me make sure that Alzheimer's that's kind of catching up with me is, that I don't forget stuff. So every day I turn my green charts on and off to make sure that I get the latest update and the memory's cleared out. A good habit at the end of every day is to actually take a look at the trades that didn't go the way you wanted and try to figure out why. And the replay feature on our indicator lets you go back to the specific time that you took the trade, take a look, and then kind of maybe do a little bit more deeper analysis to see what was going on here. Why didn't this trade go the way I thought it was going to go? And sometimes you missed something. Sometimes you don't have the signal quite right. Sometimes there was something else in the chart that might have provided a signal. Sometimes you do it all right and the trade still doesn't go the way you want it. And if you can't figure it out, again, that is a good opportunity for us to either reach out to me or whoever your coach is, and we'll take a look and give you some feedback. I've had people come back to me and say, hey, I took this trade. Can you take a look? And they're doing the trade wrong. They're not executing the trade the way it's supposed to be. So again, one of the benefits of having a coach is that we're going to constantly be looking at what you do to try to make sure it's better. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. Our indicators are very good at figuring out what the direction of the move is. However, news impacts currency prices. So we want to know what that news is so that we can basically trade around it. And the place we find that news is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow, which is low impact, which I don't worry about. Orange, which is medium impact, which I tend not to worry about. Although some traders, if you get like multiple oranges, they'll make that equivalent to a red, and a red which is high impact. And it's these red guys that I want to trade around. So when I see them, I want to make sure that I'm kind of out of a trade 2 hours beforehand, because I have found that this information sometimes leaks out a little bit beforehand and it starts to skew prices. So rather than get caught in a news item that I can't tell which way it's going to cause the market to go, I trade around it. So looking on our calendar, we got nothing until tomorrow morning when there's something on the pound, and then tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. and then tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. there's a bunch of stuff on the Canadian pound or Canadian dollar. So any trade we take right now should be done within 1 to 3 hours. So we've got nothing to worry about. So we got clear sailing. So with that, let's go in and take a look at our indicators and see what we can come up with. The trade that is my kind of bread and butter trade is the 10-point signal trade. I'd like to do it off of a 1 hour chart. I'd like to be at least 30 minutes into the chart before I take the trade. Typically on a 1 hour chart, trades are worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot tends to be 10 or 11 pips. And if I can get 3 of these a day, I am cooking with gas, which soon I guess you won't be able to do in New York State. And I'm expecting the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. And basically the strategy is just looking to see all the lines from each of the 3 sections of the chart line up in a certain direction. And when they all line up, I've got a higher probability that the move that I'm looking at is going to happen. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we come up with. I am going to be trading off of the light 6 major chart, which is one of the charts in your standard layouts. It's a composite chart, which has 6 different currency pairs, all US based on this first chart. And I like to start with the middle of the chart, which is what we call the majors and minors. The red and green lines are the major indicators. The black and gray are the minor indicators. This horizontal blue line is what we call the overbought line. So when the market is overbought, that generally is a good time to start looking to sell. Likewise, the reverse holds true when the lines are below the horizontal red line here. The market's oversold, and that is a good time to buy. So you can see back here on the Australian US dollar, we were oversold. All the lines are going up, and the green line is on top and the gray line is on top. So I've got all three elements here. And if I caught that right here, I could have taken this for, this would have been 10 pips over 4 hours. So I want to get this ride through the channel. Now, is that to say I can't gain 10 pips on a buy when we're overbought? Yes, you can, but it's just not part of my trade strategy. I want to simple it down to the elements that provide least risk and is going to get the move that I'm looking for. So when we're overbought, the chances are it is going to, that's a good time to buy. So I'm looking for situations where I see that. And when I do, I'm going to then do a little bit more analysis, and we'll go through that and then take the trade if I see the setup that I like. So here on the Australian dollar USD, we are overbought. Everybody's still going up, so nothing there. Euro USD, we are just reaching overbought. The minors are starting to turn. Majors are still going up, so nothing there. Pound USD, overbought. Everybody's going up. Minors are starting to roll. Now, a little caveat here. I always like to have one of these pairs be daytime, and we are Australia is approaching daytime, but it's not quite there yet. US, we are toward the end of the day now. So generally, this isn't the best time to be taking a trade on the USD because we're at the end of the day. Now, I know I send that trade out, the overnight trade, which is Euro USD, but I am not taking that off of an hour chart. I'm taking that off of a day chart, and we will do that when we are done evaluating if we've got any setups on the hour chart. US Canadian dollar, oversold. Everybody's still going down. US dollar, Swiss franc, minors are oversold. Majors are coming down. This is very steep. We've gone a little bit past the halfway mark. Normally, if this wasn't quite halfway, I love the steepness on the lines. So one of the things I look for is how steep the green line is, and this is very steep. But as I said, we're at the end. It's in Switzerland. It's 11 or approaching 11, and it's the end of the day here, and we're more than halfway. So we're going to pass. USD yen. Minors are oversold, starting to turn. Majors are still coming down. So nothing on this first chart. So I have cloned this chart and then put in six non-USD pairs. Euro pound. We just reached overbought. Majors are coming down. Minors have already run through. I don't mind that the minors have run through on a trade. But here they've already turned. So I will consider a trade when the minors have already run through if the majors are still above halfway. This is just touching the halfway mark, but the minors have turned. Since the minors have turned, I am going to pass. Australian dollar yen, overbought. Majors are coming down. Minors still going up. So I don't have agreement here. I want both the majors and minors coming down. I don't have that here. And ideally, I want to see the green line closer to entering the channel. This big gap here, you can see we have been overbought for 5 hours. And here we got the little kink. And this is a case where you can see, hey, you could have gotten 10 points, 10 pips. 21 pips here, 26 pips here, but this little kick here it kept going up. So you can easily get 10 points when it's overbought. Again, it's just not part of my profile of my trade plan. I only needed 2-3 good trades a day to make money. So I don't always have to be trading. And I want to take those trades where I get the high probability of it doing what I expect to do. Here, Euro, Canadian dollar. We're more than halfway on the majors. Minors have already started to turn. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. All right. Overbought. Everybody's going down. I've got the double cross. The red is on top. The black is on top. So I've got 3 points here. One that we're overbought. Two that everybody's going down. And three, I've got the double cross. I'm going to give an extra plus because of the steepness of the green line. Minimum steepness I want is 45 degrees, and this is almost, what is it, almost 80 degrees. And again, I don't mind that the miners have run through; they're still going down. So I got 3 points here. When I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs and see how many lines are supporting. How many lines are supporting what I'm seeing? 2 orange lines are going down, so those are both supporting the sell signal I see here. The 2 blue lines, thick blue and dotted blue, are going up. Blue is inversely related, so when blue goes up, that means sell. So all 4 are telling me sell here. I need a minimum of 3, and then I am going to jump to the pressure. I want the pressure lines either going down, or I want the red line on top. And I do have the red line on top. So I've got 8 points here. 1 here, red line is on top, and this is starting to roll. So that's a kind of another little plus. The green line is almost horizontal. 3 points here on the majors and minors, and 4 points here on the TNTs. So I've got 8 points. I need a minimum of 7. When I get 8 points, I then want to do a little bit more study. I want to confirm the setup. And the way I'm going to confirm the setup is I'm going to go and take a look at a 2 and a 4 hour chart. And this is okay because this is approaching morning time in both of these markets, Australia and New Zealand. So to look at the 2 and 4 hour chart, I'm going to open up another chart here. And I am going to drop in AUD NZD. And basically what I want to see is I want to see that we are overbought on both of these, on the 2 hour and the 4 hour. And the reason I want to see that we're overbought, it doesn't necessarily have to be going down like this is. This is, again, another good signal on the 2 hour chart. Overbought, everybody's going down, good steepness, a little bit better than 45 degrees, and it's just entering the channel. I don't need this. I just want it to be overbought. And the reason I want it to just be overbought is if this signal weakens, I'll pick up the trade off of the 2 hour or the 4 hour. It's just going to take longer to happen. But I do want to get the direction right. So if I can get the direction right, I'm good. So I like this. Oops, working on another project here. Come on. Daily trade routine. Here we go. Put it over here. So I'm confirming. I confirm the setup. Now I want to figure out what the trade is worth. So to figure out what the trade is worth, I am going to go to just a plain old chart and look at where the support and resistance is. So here I'm gonna, let's save this guy, and let's change the chart. AUD, NZD. So I want to know where support and resistance are. And support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And so I'm going to crunch up my chart so I can get more data points. And come on. I want to get more data points so I can draw lines in where the candles seem to naturally stop. And the reason I want to know this is because I want to trade within those channels. Because if it naturally stops at a spot and I try to take a take profit outside the channel, it's going to take longer to happen. Because if it bounces on that certain spot, I've got to wait for it to bounce and break through. And my interest is to get in and get out as quickly as I can. So if I trade within the channel, if I know where that channel is, that minimizes risk for me. And on a 1 hour chart, these tend to be about 30, 40 pips apart. And it's a little bit of an art to try to figure it out. So it stopped a little bit in here. You can see it stopped here. It kind of stopped in here. It stopped in here. So I'm going to put one more above and one more below just for the sake of it. And I'll open this chart up in just a minute. So here it stopped in here, stopped over here, stopped over here. Put one more in underneath it. And the more data points I have, the seem to stop right in here, stop right in here, right in here, over here. It kind of stopped. I'm going to open this back up. Now, so here we've got my support and resistance. And what's the trend? This is pretty clear. We've got an uptrend. I want to know the trend because if I am trading with the trend, I'll take more pips than if I'm trading against the trend. So we were looking at a sell, so we are trading against the trend. And then I want to know, let's see, how much distance do I have from here to here? It's 18 pips. And how much to here? 15 pips. So 18 pips to here, and we got 6 pips. 6 pip, or how many pips? 5 pips up. So 18 down and 5 up. So we're at 0.821 to 0.844. So that's 27 pips there between here and here. So, like as I said, these things normally range on a 1 hour chart about 30, 40 pips. So this is pretty close. All right. And you know what else I want to look at? Let's delete this, delete this. So we're trading against the trend. So toward the bottom of this big green candle here, that's 9 pips. Let's go back and look at the signal one more time. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a sell on the AUD NZD. You can do it in your simulator. I'm going to do it in MetaTrader 4. This is a demo account. It's got 11,000 in it. So first I'm going to open up the chart. I don't have it opened. So I'm going to go to new chart and AUD, NZD. I don't see it in that top group. I don't see it in that group. AUD, NZD, here it is. So I'm going to open the chart. I'm going to switch it over to a 1 hour chart. I am going to go to new order, which is on the second row here. Pop it up. I've got 11,000 in this account. So I'm going to just move my decimal place over 4 spots to figure out my lot size. So that's 1.1. So I could take a lot size of anywhere from 1.1 to 2.2 to 0.5, 0.6. At 1.1, I can have 2 open trades at a time. We are going to take a market execution sell. So I'm just going to click sell by market. And now that it's recorded, I am going to right click here, go to modify, and then put in my take profit and stop loss. And I am going to take 10 pips on this. 10 pips equals 100 points. If I put 100 in here and click the little blue button, it does the math for me. And we're going to use a 3-to-1 for right now. Stop losses are kind of a thing of personal preference, but for now, if you're new, it's safe to use a 3-to-1. So I put 300 points, which is 30 pips. I'm going to click the red copy as button, and I click modify, and it executes the trade. And I want to make sure, I like to look to see, make sure my stop loss and take profit are on there. They are. And I wanted to catch this line within this candle, which we did. So we're good. That 10 pips keeps us within this candle. All right, so we took one sell on the AUD NZD with a take profit of 1.08293, 1.08293, a stop loss of 1.08694, 1.08694, and my entry was 1.08393. All right, and I would expect this trade to close within probably the next 3 hours. Normally on a 1 hour chart, I'm looking at 1 hour for it to close, but it's still early in New Zealand yet. What time is it in New Zealand? What time is it in Australia? So, well, 3 hours makes it 9 o'clock. So yeah, within 3 hours it should close. So we're good there. Now we are approaching 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is when I take a look at the indicators to figure out the overnight trade. So let's see what we've got for an overnight trade. So this is the chart I use for the overnight trade. I am looking at what the day chart is doing. And this is a little bit of a modified version of the overnight of the 10-point trade. And basically, I am focused on what this green line is doing and what position it is in. It is going down, so it will be a sell. I like it for a couple reasons. One, it's going down. It's got good steepness. The line is going from less steep to more steep. There's a little kink here. And then I'm going to go back to the 12, 8, and 4 and get a little support. On the 12, oversold, still going down. On the 8, oversold, it has started to turn. So I only have the 12-hour 12-hour giving me support on this. And then we can see on the 4, it's coming back up. The 2, it's coming back up. The 1, it's coming up very steeply, and it is reaching overbought. Normally, I like to have the 8 supporting this. We're going to go ahead and take an 11 pip sell. 11 pip sell on the Euro USD. I'd like to wait. Well, all right. So we've got under. I want this to have less than an hour. The clock changes at 5 o'clock, so we're right there. So let's go ahead and go to Euro USD. I'm going to click new order. Going to click market execution sell. Right click, modify. We're going to go for 11 pips. And on the Euro USD overnight, I want to use a 35 pip stop loss, which is still almost 3-to-1. But the 3-to-1, this is just a hair over the 3-to-1. And I find we get stopped out less on 35 pips on this trade. That's why I take it 11 versus 10. Then click modify. It puts it in, and we are good there. So we've got a on the Euro USD sell, take profit of 1.09190, stop loss of 1.09655, and a entry of 109,298. So one more time on that. Take profit is 1.09190. Stop loss is 1.09655. And we're also going to do the same thing here for the pound yen. I don't look at the support and resistance levels on the overnight trade because this trade, we're looking for 6 to 12 hours before it closes, and it can break a support and resistance in that time. Pound yen, overbought, and the green line is horizontal. Green line is horizontal. Don't like that. Pound yen, green line is on the 12-hour, it's up. 8 hours horizontal, 4 hours up, 2 hours horizontal. So we're going to pass on this. Flat line I don't like, and we got it flat too many spots. So there'll be no trade, overnight trade on the pound yen today because the line is flat. All right, gang, we took 2 trades tonight. One using the 10-point trade on a 1-hour chart. It was a sell on the AUD-NZD. Let's bring this back over here. Sell on the AUD-NZD with a take profit of 1.08293, stop loss of 1.08694. And I expect that to close within the next 3 hours. And then we also took a trade on the a sell on the Euro USD for 11 pips, a take profit of 1.09190, stop loss of 1.09655. I expect this to close, anywhere up to 12 hours from now. Okay, gang, thanks so much. We will do this again tomorrow morning at 6:30. If we are here to help you, if for some reason you need to speak with me, the easiest way is to make an appointment. And you can make an appointment with me at www.forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. Forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks, gang.